the northern winds blow stands a craftsman, where the tall timbers grow with a chisel like a warrior's spear. Every cut brings the old world near. Hear the Aster in the turning tree, Odin whispering, let creation be. From the north, let the shavings fly under watchful gods in the winter sky. Thor's hammer roars with the spinning ring, Freya's grace in every curve you bring. By fire and frost, let the wood come alive. Benjamin turns the tales of the Viking tribes. Of the Viking tribes. Ash and oak hold the songs of the bold, echoes of the battles that the skalds once told. Tools sing soft in a rhythmic glide, as the grain shows the secrets it tries to hide. Loki's laughter in the chips that fall, but your craft stays true through it all. From the north, let the shavings fly under watchful gods in the winter sky. Thor's hammer roars with the spinning ring, Freya's grace in every curve you bring. By fire and frost, let the wood come alive. Benjamin turns the tales of the Viking tribes. Raise your meat to the maker's hand, to the craft and the clan of the northern land. Every bowl is a saga born, carved from dusk and shape till morn.
Okay, let's get this started, right? I saw a few people come in, so might as well just skip the music. So welcome in. So today, I don't know if you've seen that. You know, there's like you can make a speaker. It's like a cone thingy. When you put your phone in on the backside and just amplify the sound. I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to make it out of wet timber because I don't have any use for it afterwards, probably. And we'll see how well it's going to go. This is a piece of oak that's just been laying outside, and I'm going to have fun with it. I don't expect it to be a long project, but I have other things planned, so let's see. By the way, I am, I think, like 3 subscribers away from hitting 6,000. So if just 3 of you will subscribe and stay, that'll be perfect. So what we're going to do? Well, I'm just going to mount it on the lathe, and see how well that's going to go. So I'm just going to try to find the center, something like that, and then get the tailstock up and see if I can get it to run rather true. Well, I got that in first go, so there you go. That was not too bad. Oops, camera, you need to get a bit further away though. Right, look at that. It's not a bad fit though. So let me put some pressure on this, because I think that should be enough. Now it's between center. It is really rather safe, but if you're not comfortable with it, you should always use a faceplate or a something similar like that, and use a few screws. So when I start this, it's going to be a little bit noisy. Not a lot though, because the microphone is rather good. So I see. Get my helmet on because safety matters. And get that running. Now, the lathe is in reverse. It shouldn't be. I'll get that speed up a little bit more and see how well it's going to go. See, that spins really, really true. So I'm just going to take my roughing out really quick and then just, you know, have a little bit of fun with it. This is just about 800 RPM, so it's nothing massive. Trying to get, you know, some of that bark off. Just, you know, look at the peel coming off. That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So walking forth and back and get that into a round shape. It's almost there. I think that's going to be good soon. So I'm just going to get that into, well, get the speed up, because why not? I hope everybody's doing well. So that's about round. Let me just see. Feels good. Now I'm just going to true up. I'm just going to still got a little bit of bark left. You can see that difference in the layer here. That's bark. That's, you know, start of the timber itself. After I trued up and put it in the chuck and reverse it, it's going to go out of whack again. So it's nothing wrong with it not being all the way there. So I'm just going to take my 1/2 inch ball gouge and just try to push it. Overextending the ball gouge a little bit. Just get a flat surface here on the back into the size that will be roughly the size of my jaws. I think I'm going to go a little bit deeper today because it's wet timber and it's not probably the best of conditions. So these jaws will do well for this. Let me just get my calipers out and see where we are, just roughly. It doesn't need to be perfect. So yeah, that's going to be all right. That should be all right. So let's just get a nice shoulder here. So that shoulder here on the back should be a little bit more straight and 90 degrees at the bottom here, or really close to. So that should be it. So that's right, that's good. Now I'm ready to take this off and reverse it into my chuck. So get that little tailstock away. Get the drive center out. Like that, doesn't need a lot. And get that chuck set up on the lathe. Like there. And I always like to tighten the screws because, you know, whenever I decide to go into reverse, sometimes it just helps. Also, my lathe breaks really hard, and so it just helps it not to go off when it breaks. So it's not a good thing. Get that key in there, tighten that up. Now it's important to notice another thing. The jaw should never be all the way together. There should be a little bit of space between them, like that. That's perfect. That's what you want to see. If it's further away, you will not have a good hold. There are exceptions to the rule. Those one-way jaws here are a little bit special, but you know, generally speaking, you don't want to have a big gap there. So let me just get that back in there for a little bit of support, just, you know, to start up the process, and I'm going to start shaping it. So I'm just going to take my 1/2 inch ball gouge again and true it up, slice and cut. And that's also why, you know, that little bit of bark that was left on it doesn't matter, because I'm going to remove some of it anyway. There you go. Let me just true this up so I got something to work with. Oops. And I've got a push cut with an open flute. It does help quite a bit with this. Okay. So So now I can take my tailstock away. I'm kind of confident that this will be a good hole. Let me just make sure again, give it a good tighten. See, because wood moves, after you put pressure on it, it moves a little bit. So you need to check it. There you go. I know it doesn't have to always go in both the both points and tighten. It doesn't really matter. But you know, and I'm going to drill most of this out because that's going to be the easiest way to get rid of it. I'm just going to have to remove that little knob there. That knob there, I'm going to have to remove. So it should be rather easy as long as I take it careful and slowly. I need to get that drill just a little bit lower. Didn't feel right. Like that. Oh, good morning, people. I wonder why the chat is not. I don't see the chat. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Now I see the chat. I don't know what's going on. But yeah. Soldier, I just saw you there. Thank you, man, for jumping in. I'm sorry I didn't see you earlier. The chat was not available to me. I don't know why. Probably a new feature on YouTube that I'm not familiar with that I activated by accident. I hope you're doing well. So let's get... Now, it's not going to be the big drill bit. It's going to be like a reasonable size one. Something like this. I think this is about 42 mil. And I'm just going to... right. Needs to be bigger than that. I do have a 16. Well, that's probably... No, that's going to be alright. That's going to be alright. Because that's so big that the chuck itself can go inside the timber. There. I'm looking for beautiful, beautiful shavings. It's not probably not sharp enough, that bit. So let's see how deep I want to go. I want to go rather deep, to be honest. I'm alright, mate. I'm alright. Oops. That stalled the lathe for some reason. Probably put too much pressure on it. Let's see how deep I am. The lathe needs a little bit to reset. Whenever you trigger lathe with the inverter on it, it needs a little bit of time to reset. Yeah, I'm only halfway deep, so still got a lot more to go. So just waiting for that to reset. The inverter needs to power off completely before you turn it back on. It takes like a minute. So yeah. And I can try to figure out how deep I really want to go, to be honest. Let's see. Yeah, that would probably be a good depth. Something like that, 14 centimeters deep. So where is 14? So that's actually just at the back. So that's here actually. That's 14 centimeters deep. And 14 centimeters is, I don't know how many inches. About 6 inches, I will say. So that's how I'm gonna go. And then I can hollow the rest out with my gouges and whatnot. So that should do. Let's see if we get that back up and running. There you go. It's up and running again. Ah, 5.5 inches. Okay, there you go. So that was not too far off, I guess. Oh, all this is oak, by the way, so I need to get a really thorough clean off my lathe and tools when it's done, because of the tannin in it will corrode the metal a lot faster than normal. So it's a rather good idea to clean it. By the way, where are the rest of the guys? I'm missing out from you making a mess of stuff, don't they? You have your function. Yeah, you do. You do. So we're going to go in with a small carbide to do the hollowing at the bottom and fan it out a little bit so it's like a cone shape. I'm not going to take out off the outside diameter. So that's going to stay intact, hopefully. So we get the speed up quite a bit more. Now this needs to be made rather thin, otherwise it's just going to go all the way out of whack. Oh yeah, by the way, at the beginning of this stream, I was only 3 subscribers away from hitting 6,000, which is amazing. So, if anybody has a spare sub they want to give, I would be happy to take it. Doesn't cost you anything, but it's a nice feeling, you know. Okay, so that is coned out and it's, you know, got the right shape. And it's, how deep is it? Like that deep, so that should be plenty good. I need to make just a second, my son is here. Hold on, I'll be right back. going over to my tank? Oh, he's bringing me a toasty. Last time I regretted not taking it. So today I'm definitely going to. And see, again, I need to make it so it fits my phone. My phone is 67mm. So I need to make it probably a little bit bigger at the bottom. And that should be alright. Yeah, going down this deep and hollowing is often never a really good idea. So, but yeah, it is what it is. Let's see. Oops. By the way, Soldier, how did it feel to get your first $100 donation on stream yesterday? I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? Or the day before. That must feel really, really cool. I had that happen to me twice, and it always gives me like huge goosebumps. Imagine like people actually want to spend that amount of money on you, on me, is in my opinion, amazing. Okay, so let's see. Does this cone even have? Well, yeah. Now I'm going to do a trick here. I'm going to turn the lamp like this, and then when I see light coming through, I know it's about time to stop. That's the hope anyway. By the way, I need to take some of the lights away. Just hold on a sec. There you go. That should be a bit more natural lighting. Oh, there you go. Hello, Wes. My dude. Ready to see something a bit special. You can see the light actually starting to come through out here, which means it's starting to get thin. So the idea is to get a nice orange glow all the way down. If it goes white, you're in trouble. So that's the idea. Good morning, Michael. Get that camera in a better position. There you go. I flip it around doing a pressure fit, and then I do the bottom.
So let me hear what you guys think. How thin is it?
So let's see, when you get that glow, how thin is it? What do you guys think? Couple mil. Well, light actually start to pass through at around 8 mil. So so this is 3 point. Oh, it's getting thicker. So that's 7. That's 7 millimeter down here. 7, 6, and it gets thinner and thinner at in the top here. So between 4 and 7. So we still need to go a lot thinner.
To get this a little bit more unison, a little more uniform. Yeah, so I need to go thinner, exactly. Just working my way until I see an even light. Let's see the thickness again. Did I get it better? So that's out here. 3.7, 3.8, 4, 4, 4.5. So it's pretty unison within a mil. That means I can still go a little bit thinner. Now it's probably going to be a horrible sound in this speaker, but again, it's going to be a cool thing. Yeah, but they are, they're not as thin, so the sound was going to be a lot better at those. This is not going to be a good sounding speaker. It's just going to be a fun project. Since I decided to do this with wet timber, I need to go thin, otherwise it will most definitely just crack. Yeah, I've seen, I've seen people trying to solve these. By the looks of it, some of them are rather successful at it. I even saw a guy who tried to get a patent on it, copyright or whatever. I was like, nah, dude, that's another woodturning thing. You're probably not going to be able to do that. But again, different country, different laws, so we never know. That fellow might succeed. machine your tool rest?
It just needs to be smooth. You just sand it down, mate. On a flat surface, you just sand it down and job done. So there's nothing like fancy about it. So down here we're at 3.2. Gets a little bit thicker, up to around 4. So within 0.8 of a millimeter. Remember, that is about 24.5 millimeter for an inch. So there you go. And I am at the bottom. That's actually, it's going to be a cool vase. It could be. So I just need to sand a little bit on the inside to make it a little bit more pretty. So I'm just going to wreak havoc on my sandpaper, that's for sure. Because this is wet and all that. So let's see. So the recommendation, if you want to turn wet timber and make it not crack, is under 8 millimeter. So that's 1/3 of an inch, just about. So if you want to turn wet timber and avoid it cracking, that's how thin you need to go as a minimum. And you saw the color, it was bright orange, almost yellow. Depends a little bit on the timber you're using,
What's going to be. But you know, that's something you should look out for anyway. Depending on how dry it again, this should probably go into a bag of shavings for a week or two. Probably in a cold spot. Make sure it can ventilate a little bit. Then you should open the bag inside in your like colder workshop for another week, and then probably a week out of the bag and it should be ready. So about 4 weeks time is what you can expect. But yeah, the thinner you get, the less potential of it cracking. It's due to the wood being able to move. That's all right, Michael. So let's see, that's not too bad. A little bit of sanding with the grain, but it's always a help. Now, sanding wet timber will destroy your sandpaper. Look at that, it's just basically gone, filled up. But you know, you can always blow it with an air gun and you should be all right again. So that's about it. I think that's all right. I mean, I'm not going to use this anyway. I'm just going to have fun with it and just leave it. Probably end up in a burn pile. So I'm not going to go too crazy with it. I'm just going to...
Ooh, toasties here. Talk to me. That's always nice, right? That is also yellow. That light. Let me try to adjust that a little bit. Probably better. Oh, that's a better white balance, isn't it? Yeah, that looks about right. Now, the thing about these thingy, you need to finish them rather quickly. You cannot wait hours and hours and hours or come back later or what have you. You need to finish them before they dry too much. Yeah, you can see, but, you know, the toasty should be golden. And it is now. But before it was yellow. That's really nice, Dad. That's good toast. Thank you, boy. Yeah. Cherry would be a good thing. Thank you, dude. I have, there's one GoPro there at the bottom. That's a PT set camera that I can move around. Then I have a GoPro here. And another PT set camera up there. So I can move them around and get better shots on it. It's really nice. Oh, Michael, that's too long. I couldn't go 5 weeks without my shop. It'd be too much. Okay. Time to... Now, I need to have an incision here. For the phone to set into. I will do that later, I think, just with a saw. Sanded so it looks better. The back side, I need to have a little bit of it to stand on, so I need to flatten that a little bit. So I'm just going to leave it like that and then just curve it in. Oh, you cannot see what I'm talking about. Gee. So yeah, I'm just going to curve it in like this and have this little rim here. I'm going to go really thin here at the bottom as well. Hopefully, it's going to be all right. And that's going to be it, really, hopefully.
And then I'm going to try to see how well that's going to go at the end there. Okay, that should be okay. That tool rest was not secured. I'll roll this as a feed. So let's just see. Get out here. Yeah, I totally agree with you guys. He deserves it. So I'm just going to try to see if I can do this all from one side. There's not a lot of room down here. And the bottom is getting thin as well, which is, you know, it was supposed to be. I just hope I don't get a hole in it. Oh, look at all that love of the channel. That's amazing to see. Appreciate you guys so much. Okay. Now, I'm going to cut that last bit off with a skew. Then I'm probably going to sand it. There we go.
Let's see. That was something, right? Look at the light coming through. I think even at the bottom, still light coming through. That's cool. So next step would be for me to put a slit in it that will facilitate the phone. Another thing would be make a flat part on the bottom so it can actually sit flat on the table. Not the bottom, the side on it of it. Hello, tree. Welcome in, mate. Hope you're well. Get that on there. Get a little bit of aggressive sanding pad on. And just, you know, do that part. It's just, you know, it's just a bit that you can put on your drill. So it's nothing fancy about it. It's the 3-inch one, this. And they're cheap, which is good. Okay, I'm gonna go really quickly and cut a slot into this here so it can facilitate my phone. I think I should. I think I'm gonna go down to about here and there. So it's about that deep. You can probably not see that. And my phone is, how big is that? How thick is it? It's a little bit chunky due to the case that's on it, but it's going to be used with the case anyway, so something like that. Wink, 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 wink. There. Wink, 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 wink. So I just made 2 marks. One there. I'm just going to draw a line. It's about there. And the other one. Right there. That's going to sand it. So I'm going to cut that out really quickly. Probably should use a bandsaw. That's probably a little bit better. Okay, you don't want to know what that was. That was most of the project gone because it slipped in the bandsaw. No, it's not all the way. I still have some materials left. Okay, so I'm just gonna clean. I need to clean it. I should have done it with the miter saw from the beginning, though. That's for sure. Yeah, that's really bad. My phone's probably not even fitting yet. Probably without the case. I think it might just go in kind of, okay. Yeah. So it goes in. So you see, it goes in like that, and it can sit there. I just need to sand that, and it'll probably... Let me just try to play something, because that's the whole trick, isn't it? So let's say that my file, that's audio. Hold on. It's too much still. It's so let me just do this, and we can see if it works. Are you here, right?
Workshop where the northern winds blow stands a craftsman, where the tall timbers grow with a chisel like a warrior spirit brings the old world near. Hear the answer in the turning tree, Odin whispering, let creation be. From the north, let the shadings fly under watchful gods in the winter sky. Thor's hammer roars with the spinning ring, plays grace in every curve you bring. Wise
Okay, that's enough.
come alive, Benjamin turns the tales of...
Okay, that was enough, wasn't it? Let me get back so I can actually hear what's going on. Happy dance. Yeah, well, it works. That was basically all that matters, wasn't it? That was the premises of that. Well, I messed up at the end. But it does work. It does work. It's probably never going to be a vase no more, because but there you go. Now let's have some fun, because the challenge out the way. Don't cut it on the bandsaw. So I do this less than 4 hours tomorrow. You'll be happy. Yeah, you should be alright, mate. You should be right. It was, you know, just make a deep vase and cut the slot out of it. You don't need to make it thin though. If you got dry timber or you don't care about it at the end, just go a little bit more hefty. I just kind of want to show off a little bit. You know me. I like to try anyway. Until I get to the bandsaw where I'm not proficient properly. Okay, so yeah, you want to push yourself out? Yep. All right, you go ahead, mate. You go ahead. Okay. Now, Wes, I know you really enjoyed that little Viking sunset ball I sent you, and the blood moon. How would you guys thinking about trying another one? Right? Look at this. I got this piece of cut off maple. It actually does have some beautiful figure in it, so it's kind of a shame to do that with it. I did try some inlay stuff on it in the other side though. But I think to myself, this is probably going to go in the fire pile at some point. Yeah, it is sketchy. I thought to myself, I could probably do it. I shouldn't have. But, you know, that was just it, really. Nothing got hurt except my pride, and the project did survive reasonably well. Okay, let's see. Get this on, get this cut up, and have fun with it. As you probably would have expected from all of that, this is probably going to be one of them bit longer streams, isn't it? So just using the gouge here to roughly find the center. And try my best to get that in there. Now, I don't have a lot of materials on this. I don't need a lot of material. That's probably a little bit too little. Yeah, that'll be good. Well, yeah, it needs to dry a bit more first, because I'm pretty sure this is not dry enough. So that's a future thing. A trouble with Discord menu account. Okay, no worries, dude. We just need to get Wes to get into that Discord. That would be cool, I think. I would love to hang out with him in there. Yeah, you're probably going to get the same answer from Wes that I always get. Yeah, I'm getting too old for that stuff, or I'm not that tech savvy.
And
Yeah, I saw you were talking to him. Actually, I saw most of his live yesterday, because I was uploading stuff to the website and getting some things put up for sale and all that, you know. And then I was
making sure that my future courses were described reasonably well. A big boy lathe. Well, yeah. Well, compared to you, Michael, all other lathes are big boy lathe, aren't they? Yes, of course. It's not ready yet, Michael. But it's going to be benjaminwinkle.com. those shavings are hurting when they fly off, I have to say. Okay. I know there was a crack in it, so I probably need to reduce the diameters quite a bit, but we'll see. Let me just stop there and have a look. Okay. Yes, really close. I think I got rid of the cracks on it, so that's also good. Okay, that's all sorted. It's just got so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful figure in this. I kind of regretting trying to make a so colored thing. I think I'm not gonna go texturing and really hard colors and all that. I'm gonna go colors, of course. I'm not gonna go texturing. I'm gonna go natural beauty off the timber and grade it color wise. This is just beautiful. A little bit of heavy cut. Oh, come on. Oh, there you go. Oops, I kind of need to zoom that one out a little bit, don't I? Right. There you go. Take care, tree. Thank you for stopping by. Alright. You're not that old, dude. I mean, you're not that much older than I am, are you? So there you go. Half 100 plus 3. There you go. You only got me by 10 years. Look at that grain. That's beautiful. Ah, that's just beautiful. Okay, I'm not going to go any deeper because it's going to be into that little thing up here. That thing up there. Wes, in my channel, there's a link tree in the more section. There is a link to the Discord. You just click that link and it takes you straight into my Discord server. And that's all. Then you're there. Because Discord is so anonymous. You cannot search for people, really. It's kind of difficult anyways. As soon as you are there, Wes, we will take care of you. You're right, but I feel there's a bot coming. Okay. There you go, that's nice. So let me get that a little bit sanding. And then I can add a little bit of colour. This is a really worn out 180 grit. I'm just going to give it a few passes to make sure that it's nice and smooth. Okay, there you go. That should do that part.
Yeah, okay. It's just beautiful, 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 beautiful. Yeah, it's going to be... It would have been a real big shame to put that away under a coat of colors and, I mean, texturing and all that. So, I'm going to do the next best thing, the thing that I like to do. I'm going to whip out the old airbrush. And start adding some colors. I'm going to add some colors in patches. I think. And then I'm going to sand it. Yeah, this is normally where the magic happens, right? So that purple here, I'm going to go, well, I'm going to completely cover this, the purple. And then I'm going to sand that back. Because that's going to reveal quite a lot of character. Oh, that's good. That is maple. Yeah, that's maple soldier. Curled ripple maple crutch. I don't know. It's a maple crutch. So that's why you got all that little figure in it. And that needs to dry. So getting my grandmother's old hairdryer out again. Oh, it's been 30 years. Yeah, man. And they're really cheap nowadays. So you should be easy enough to get a hold of those and go have fun with it and get started. I just find it a really good way to get the paint onto it, and it saves a little bit on the paint because I don't need to pull it on a brush or paper or towel or cloth or what have you. So it's not something wasted. Yeah, Michael, that is purple. Well, as you know, it's just the first layer, and that's always gonna come off most of it. As you know. So it's only the really soft spots that's going to keep it. And actually, it's a lot less stuck to it than I thought it would. That's going to be all right. Well, you know, after some time, you just get a hang on it, right? And you're going to have to trust the process. And after you've done it enough, it's just another process that you know is going to bring out some of the beauty of it.
Let's see, trying to get some of those lines blurred a little bit. Anyway, welcome in. I think that's going to be okay.
So on to the next color. Now it's going to be a heavy color as well. But I'm going to try to be a bit more selective. And just, you know, not everywhere. See if I can get it to give it a cool effect. Oh well, I had too much paint in that little container. See if I can get that little off there and just dump it back in. Because, you know, those paints are, well, they're not expensive, but they're not free. So we need to be a little bit prudent with the money. So lighten up a little bit of those areas. Right, just a little bit somewhere. And then yeah, that's going to be good. This looks like I have a line going down that way. That's broken there, that's good. Yeah, I saw that. I saw he got that sponsor. That's pretty cool. I'm just using water-based colors. It's nothing special airbrush about them. But they work just as well. I mean, the airbrush colors are really great if you do minifigures and all that. I don't do that, so it wouldn't even. You know. So purple green. Well, yellow is always a winner, isn't it? It's just, you know, it's just a beautiful, beautiful color. I heard that, but you know, I think there was a you need to start streaming first, Michael, right? I think there was something about that in there, if I'm not mistaken. And we are all looking forward to that. Yeah. That's just, as soon as you get to streaming, I'm sure he will do a resin pour and just have fun with that. Look at that. That looks like a something from outer space, doesn't it? I need to get myself another set of those bottles for colorings, because doing it like this without filler cup is a little bit annoying, to be honest. Yeah. The other thing was easier. Looks like a planet. Yeah, it does really look like a planet. Let me just try to get this camera in, because that has a little bit better color on it. Okay. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. I like that color combination. It's almost like a tulip, isn't it? Reminds me a little bit of the colors you can get on some of the tulips. Alright, so that's the sanding sealer. Wink. Now let's just wait for that to dry a little bit. Denib it. See if I have planetary. Yeah, but just you guys wait for what I'm going to do on the inside though. Just you guys wait. let's see. Yeah, that's dried up pretty well. Well, I try something new once in a while. Sometimes it works. Right. Well, I can see there are a few cracks in it though. So it's probably not going to be the best at the end though. I got cracks up here and here. But yeah, it is what it is really. So let me just put some wax on that, because I think wax would be a good finish for it. And it's been a while since I did a proper good waxing. Wax on a ball. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Let's see. Where's that? There that is. And that's a ball. Not ball. It's with O, not an A. Okay, so what I like to do is I want to get a high cannabis wax content wax, because the cannabis wax is what really tend to make it shiny more than, like, for instance, microcrystalline. Microcrystalline will like make it really resistant, but you know the cannabis ones will make it shinier. And that's what I'm after today. Just a really high gloss wax. So I'm going to put this on, smear it all over. Wait for it to set, because it needs like a couple of minutes to set. And then it should be really good to polish up. Yeah, well, microcrystalline's good. It's really durable. But you cannot get as high a gloss as you can with the cannabis waxes. So, for instance, the Hampshire Sheen gloss wax, which is back on the market just under a different name. I think it's called True Grit High Gloss Wax or something like that. So that's actually something you can get again. That's exact wax I'm using. But the microcrystalline ones is like really durable and it's great for things like pens and stuff like that. But for a cannabis wax, it's not as durable, and it just get a lot higher shine on it. So you know it's. Oh yeah. So there's always a balance. You want to mix your microcrystalline to make it really durable. But you also want to have a high content of the cannabis wax to make it shiny. So that's why there's so many different kinds of waxes out there. It's all a balance, mainly between those two, right? So yeah, they all have their own recipe. Some of them are better than others. Basically, it's what comes down to preference at the end. Yeah, that's what it is really. Yeah, add some cannabis wax to that, like 50-50, and then some properly mineral oil, like petroleum oil, what do you call it? Yeah, something like that. You have a really nice buffing wax. Just be careful with the oil, you don't need a lot of it. Food grade mineral oil, yeah. So, let's try to get this to shine. Paraffin oil. Properly, yeah. If you get some middle grade paraffin oil, that will do you well. Um, yeah, I don't recommend making your own blend for cutting board waxes, because well, in Denmark and Europe, you need to produce it under food grade conditions. Otherwise, you can get in big trouble. And you need to prove that, and you need to have it checked up on. So there's that. That's why I don't like to mix my own waxes for food grade stuff. I mean, for stuff like this, I wouldn't mind. You can do whatever you want. But for cutting boards, it's a different story, isn't it? It's my opinion anyway. But yeah, you can do anything you want. I need some more this wax on it. So yeah, in Denmark, you cannot make your own food grade stuff unless you are controlled by the government. Not controlled, get checked up by the government in your production facilities, and you can trace all the ingredients. It should be food grade all the way. If you can do that, you get a smiley. We got a smiley thingy here for anybody who produce anything with food, and you can get into that. You are good to go. If you don't, I wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, it might be different in America, to be honest. It might be. Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about, Michael. I can only talk about Danish rules because that's what I know. Do 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 do. That's dry. Probably actually the best drying time for this is up to 10 minutes. I just don't want to spend 10 minutes on it. I'll be best get a cup of coffee and come back and do it. But you know, as soon as it starts to harden over, should probably be all right. Yeah, the smiley thingy and all that. Oh yeah, that's a lot better shine than the first one. Now I got a feeling I'm gonna be happy with this one. Yeah, that's a lot better. That's good. Happy that one. Oh, I got some debris in there. Okay, it's gonna be right. That looks alright, doesn't it? You can see the shine down here. Look at that. Hello, Renee. I'm just making a well, it's a bowl. It's going to be like a thin, not deep bowl, like a dish or something. And I actually thought I was going to make one of those sunset bowl with the grading and all that, but then I saw the figures in it, and it's like, nah. It's probably going to be a little bit stupid to do that. So I'm just going to get that off. Ugh. There you go. Hopefully that's going to be all right. Oh yeah, so that's Renee, that's my boss man. For you guys who don't know, who run a shop here in Denmark for wood turners. Pretty good guy, except he fired me though. On that, he's a really good guy. And he does ship worldwide, so if there's anything you want, you know, get in touch with us. It did set phone speaker, and it's done. I mean, I cannot, you know, there's only so much I can do with stuff like that, right? So. That's right. I just didn't change the name of it midway. It's just lazy, I guess. Yeah, it's his private account, so he's a little bit incognito, which is all right. It's dark side worthy, yeah. Well, it is actually really just a good helmet, and it's rather cheap. I could be a Sith Lord. Could be. So it's just going to be a nice standard ball. But I mean, if you're going to get into wood turning Wes, you're going to need, I would recommend getting something to protect your face and lungs, especially your face. Because taking the ball to the face doesn't make you any prettier. So at least a face shield would be highly recommended. Lightsaber chisel, yeah.
That would be make quick work of it, wouldn't it? The problem is going to get burned wood all the time. Well, yeah, I would highly recommend using that face shield when you're using the lathe. Some of those curlies away. Yoink. Let's just get that. Just trying to get that rim. I need light. I'm getting old as well. Well, a couple of thousand hours at the lathe would actually make most of this look easy. Got caught in there from my symbol that I tried to make with it. So that design plan I had is going out the window. See, it's still there. Probably should go with that camera. Yeah, probably that would be a little bit better, wouldn't it? Maybe just zoom that in a little bit more. Yeah, I think that would be better. Yeah, I just need to turn that away. It doesn't feel sharp anymore, that gouge, to be honest. This feels sharp. That felt a lot sharper. Oh, that's another thing. That's cool. That you should see this. Can you see those lines there?
Let me see. Oh, you can just see them up here. Let's see if I can get that right. There you can see that actually that spiral. It's because of the timber starting to vibrate. And it hit a certain frequency. And let's move the gouge along. I'll make the spiral thingy. Now, I don't want it, but it's cool. Oh, you can see that's actually really, really visible there. You can see that. Now, I need to get rid of that. I still got a little bit up here. So let's see. That did quite a bit for it. Still a little bit.
Alright. Now that could be sanded away, so that should be okay. So let's see, that's... I still got a little bit to go at the bottom here. Probably should go try and get my... Nah, I should be right with that gouge. Oh, crap. Oh, the tool is... Alright, it's rather nice and smooth. There's not a lot to do to it anymore. Do a quick once over with the scraper. Get rid of that nasty detail. That gap there with the the tool rest hitting the other side. I mean, it could have gone a lot worse. There you go. Yeah, I thought I was too aggressive with that one. I need to sharpen that. Hold on.
Huh, look at that. That's a nice edge, isn't it? Nice bevel anyway. Yeah, I can live with that. I can live with that. So it's about there. That's actually still a little bit. And I'm afraid to go in there with the gouge because there's not a lot of material left. I would recommend doing this much work with a scraper. What looks like I got it. Okay. So that's not too bad. I should have got my helmet on for that. Okay. So you're trying to take a course coding. I mean, I wish I would have the guts to try something like that. But again, I don't know where I would find the time to do it. I see nothing wrong with this. There's no imperfections in the cutting itself. So it's just a matter of sanding it now. It's always that, you know, sanding, we all have to do it. But again, starting with 240 will take a lot of that pain away, wouldn't it? So let's see, that was 320. I think I'm going to go up to 400 in this. Okay, so this is 400. Normally I would never sand this high. But most of the times I can get away with that. Well, on the balls will probably go to 400 anyway on the rotary sander, or at least Sweep 20. But you know, that rotary does a really good job. So that's right, I kind of do that in balls every now and again. Okay. So another trick that I like to use is abrasive paste. Now this will never see colors, it will never see lacquer, it will never see wax. It will get a nice surface of a
depending on what I have and what I can find, I think I'm trying to burnish a little bit of Danish oil into it. That can actually give a nice smooth surface. I probably should have used burnishing oil, but I don't have it. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Now, this is actually, when you look at it, there are, you can see it, there's a small little detail in there, a small little ring. So it's not a lot really, it's just, you know, a little bit something. Just not a lot though, just something. It's a nice little piece, isn't it? I think it's cool. So let's see.
Oh, that's a perfect place to stop the lathe. Look at that. That is amazing. Look at that grain. Look at that. Ah, yes, sometimes, you know, good things happen. And I like it. Now, because of all the colors I put on the backside, I'm not going to do any colors here. Miss Soldier approves. Oh, well. I'm done for the day. I'm giving up wood turning. There's nothing more I can learn. Mrs. Soldier approves. It was the same with my wife, really. I can bring up 100 pieces, but it's just one of them she likes. The rest you just go, yeah. You did see the sparkly ones I did, Rat Soldier, for the missus. Did you go back and watch that a couple of weeks ago? Because, yeah, that was all for her. She did great being a director for your life. She did. That's for sure. I even talked about, you know, trying to get everybody to chat so fast that, you know, she will start to mess up. She decided not to read that out loud. It was great. It was really good. The problem is when there was a noise coming off the lathe, it was hard to hear her. And it's kind of cool to hear that reading back to you. That was really, really cool. I know you did. She told you not to laugh. Yeah, well. That's right, my best. But yeah, she did a great job. The best AI comment reader in the community. Nah. But there are actually apps that that can read that for you. There are plugins that can get to read that back to you, you know. So if someday she's feeling off and not going to be able to help you and all that, you know, there are possibilities out there. Either that, or like I said many times before, get a really big TV in front of you later, so you can just, you know, look up. Because, you know, at some point you don't really look at what you're turning anymore. You just don't look at what you're turning, you just look everywhere else, really. And at that time, when you get to that point, you can you can start to pay attention to other stuff as well. But yeah, I can get that as a somewhat still a beginner. It could be really, really difficult. Now, what? No, I'm just a guy, dude. I am no better than any of you guys. I'm just here to have fun. So yeah, no, I am just a guy, just like you. I am nothing special. I do woodturning rather well, and I'm lucky enough to have all you guys in my community, and that's all I am, really. Well, I've been turning for a lot longer than you guys. Come back in 10 years, Wes, and you turn as many hours that I have, and, you know, it's a different story. You're probably going to be better than me anyway at some point, but yeah. So yeah, it's just a matter of practice, really. I'm kind of liking this. I'm kind of really, really liking this. That's beautiful. Shut up, Michael. That's amazing piece of wood. That is. That is good. I'm happy I didn't put color on it. Even though colors would have been awesome on that one. We do have the colors on the back. Oh, it's so smooth and nice. It's just. Remember when you just had a baby, and after a week or two, you could touch the skin. It's so smooth and silky. This is kind of how this feels. It's like actually baby skins. Yeah, it was actually. It was distant to the fireplace. I'm kind of glad I didn't. So, there you go. This is actually. Thank you, soldier. One of those that you take a $5 piece of firewood and turn it into $100 piece. Thank you so much, Jim. I appreciate you so much. You don't have to do that though, but I really appreciate that. Thank you, man. Okay, so now I need to do something about that. Got a little bit of wax in that inclusion over there, just laying around. That's why it's a white spot. But yeah. That's a nice piece of timber. All right, I'm going to do something about that. Make a little disc, stamp it, or I could put it up on the and just, you know, turn it away. But it's never going to be the same, is it? And I just put finger on that oil. What happened? Did someone else? Wes? Ah, Wes. I didn't see that. Thank you, dude. That's a 20. Yeah, I just looked up and like everything was gone on the screen. It was just like, holy shit. Thank you, man. I appreciate you so much from the bottom of my heart. And you still didn't get one. Well, it's because you're a mutt, dude. If you're a mutt, you don't get it. You're my only mutt. And the only mutt I ever had. So, yep, there you go. Nice little piece. And the only mutt a man ever needs, that's Michael. Isn't it? Well, that's special, yeah? I mean, I don't need anybody else. But yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate that so much. I really do. And by the way, Wes, that $10 I gave you the other day, that was because you wouldn't let me pay for that necklace. So you don't have to go back to me. But yeah. Okay. Now, that one was done and it worked. So now I can put that into the fire bin. You do, and I appreciate you. I'm a little bit in YouTube jail just like you are, mate. I don't know why really, but I used to come from a 100+ viewers down to 20 average viewers, 10, 20 average viewers. But that's it really. But yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, I'm trying to get that light to hit it just right again. I don't think I can. But that's it really. Wax and oil finish with a bit of color and just beautiful, beautiful grainy on the inside. So that's it for today. From a fire pile into a nice little piece. That's going to go up on the website when that's live as well. So let me guess. Let me ask you guys, how much, including taxes, should I charge for something like this? Let me have your answers, because I am, you know, my wife would say that this is like $35, $40 maximum. I think it should be more, but I don't know. Unless you don't count because you're biased, you like my work too much. But yeah, anyways, how much you guys think this would be worth? How much could it sell for? $50? Yeah, probably. What do you guys say? Are we stuck on the 50? Well, the problem is, it has to sell. And then if someone has to pay for shipping. Right. So that's another thing. Make it set. $100. Yeah, I know you're biased. That's why I said it. But I like your comment better than Michael's. I mean, $100 is $100, isn't it? But yeah, if I could get $100 for this, that would be worth it for the time and the materials. 50 would break, probably break even. for materials, and the labor would be free. So Nikolai, you're just about $100 as well. So yeah. $60.75 all day. No, that's true. That's true. But again, I kind of need to sell some of the work because I could probably put well over 100 pieces on the website right now. And I need to get rid of some stock because it's just, I have a cabinet with balls layered up in 2 stacks. It's like that. But that's true. I don't need every customer. I just need one. That is really true. So I'm guessing that, I should find somewhere in the middle. Yeah, $75 ball or 80. That would be where I would be okay with it. I do this actually just, to have fun as well. This is my time to unhinge and just be me and have fun. Don't have to think too much about it. So it's like therapy for me. But then again, I don't want to short sell myself on top of that. So I think $75, $80, I think would be a reasonable price for it. Would love to get 100. But yeah. So yeah, I need to think a little bit more about it. I was surprised though, again. I asked the tiny turner, Emma, yesterday about the prices of RID, remote interactive remote demos, which means I'm right here. And you all guys will be on a Zoom call anywhere you want. And I do a tailored project like I did today for you, but a project that I know well and I know how to do. What would I charge for that? And a little bit forth and back, it's like, yeah, that should be £200, mate, she said to me. And £200 is, it's like $300 for a 1/2 hour demo. Live, of course, and the recording is something that, you can download after and just watch over and over again. So again, there's something in that as well. But I think her prices were higher than mine, to be honest. You can add another $80 to that. Not to talk about Martin Sabian Smith. He's even higher than that. So I need to, of course, need to be below those two because they are amazing turners. And in their comparison, I am just still an apprentice. So that's something to aspire to. That's all for today. I got dirty. That was great. The workshop is a mess. Again, I just cleaned it. I'm going to go relax. I think I'm going to go on the porch, have a glass of red, and just be a little bit. On that, thank you guys for watching. To do the actual math best, consider the number of how many of what a piece of income. Yes, I have done the math. I know how much I need. I need to pay my bills every month, and if I have 4 classes at clubs, local clubs, then before taxes, I would be able to pay my bills outright. So I don't need a lot more than that just to make ends meet, to make a profit. But so yeah, so I know what I need to bring in. If I can get 6 classes running throughout the year, that would be a solid income for me, and I could do just that. But I kind of need a little bit more. So, but I still have this. I have the website. I have IRDs and clubs that will hire me, and woodturning courses at the shop that I work at right now, and stuff like that. And all of that put together would just add fun money, if I must say. So yeah, if I can get 6 classes in local clubs. Hey Bailey, welcome in. Yeah, that's Wes. Or Soldier. They both dropped a few followers, subscribers, memberships, yeah. So if we get that together, so 6 classes, and then sell a few courses, it should be alright. But yeah, that's me signing out. Thank you for watching, people. That was all for today. We did the speaker, that's always in burn pile, but also this little nice beauty, really nice. But that's going to be kept. Thank you for watching. You all have a good day. Be good to the world. The world will be good to you. Stay tuned for the music, and have a nice day.
Shop where the northern winds blow stands a craftsman, where the tall timbers grow with a chisel like a warrior's spear. Every cut brings the old world near. Hear the Asher in the turning tree, Odin whispering, let creation be. From the north, let the shavings fly under watchful gods in the winter sky. Thor's hammer roars with the spinning ring, Freya's grace in every curve you bring. By fire and frost, let the wood come alive. Benjamin turns the tales of the Viking tribes. Of the Viking tribes. Ash and oak hold the songs of the bold, echoes of the battles that the skalds once told. Tools sing soft in a rhythmic glide, as the grain shows the secrets it tries to hide. Loki's laughter in the chips that fall, but your craft stays true through it all. From the north, let the shavings fly under watchful gods in the winter sky. Thor's hammer roars with the spinning ring, Freya's grace in every curve you bring. By fire and frost, let the wood come alive. Benjamin turns the tales of the Viking tribes. Raise your meat to the maker's hand, to the craft in the clan of the northern land. Every bowl is a saga born, carved from dusk and shade till morn. From the halls of the gods let the echoes ring of the wood-turning warrior and the stories he brings. Let the world hear the call from the workshop flame, Benjamin Winkle, another name. From the north, let the shavings fly under watchful gods in the winter sky. Thor's hammer roars with the spinning ring, Freya's grace in every curve you bring. By fire and frost, let the wood come alive. Benjamin turns